Good evening, everyone. This is Suriteja, and today I am going to perform IELTS English Speaking Mock Test number 4. And this test is going to have three parts. And today I am going to answer the second question of part number 1. So let's get started. So, in part number 1, the examiner questions the candidate about himself or herself as in part of introduction, or about his or her own work or studies or any other topic in which the particular candidate would be familiar with. In the discuss a topic of part number 1, today in which I am going to perform is called as traveling. And let's get started. And the second question of part number 1 is called, do you do much traveling? Why or why not? The answer to that question is yes, I do much of the traveling, and I do it mostly on breaks like summer breaks or during festivals or during some of the happy occasions and etc. And I think traveling is very much important for me. And not only that, I have traveled a few countries, about 3 countries. Most of them were Gulf, about two of them were Gulf, and another the different country which is located in the eastern side. I have visited Japan when I was 11 years old, and I have visited Saudi Arabia when I was 13, and Iran when I was 14. And these were the 3 countries which I visited, and these were the international visits or traveling which I have done. And locally, I have traveled more and more times because you see, I used to go to some of the hill stations present in India like Kulu Manali or Kodaikanal and etc. because I feel connected to the cold weather there. And not only that, I do much of the traveling during these breaks, as I said earlier. But not only apart from traveling, I even seek to explore some of the places which are located in my immediate vicinity during these breaks. And I feel very fascinated by the history and the language, and not only that, also the cultural oriented system associated with a particular area. And I have traveled many of the cities, and I have seen the both historical as well as the modern revolution which takes place at a particular city. And I visited many cities, and I have visited many villages throughout India. And to be honest, I've gone to every state in India. Even I have seen some of the historical monuments such as Taj Mahal and etc. And not only that, when I was busy as a student attending my classes and any other things, I could not travel much a lot. But when I was free, when I was relieved of my duty of studying, I feel and I travel a lot and lot. And particularly during the summer break, because that is the time we get an long and eventual holidays. So at that time I travel to many places like this. And sometimes I travel when they give holidays for some of the breaks like Dasara or Deepavali, which consists of 10 to 14 days of holidays. At the time I visit local areas, or in any I'll go sometimes to different states like Telangana or Orissa and etc. because to visit and make merry well with my relatives present over there. And not only that, I feel very much excited doing that. So, and I love basically traveling to far abroad. And not only that, I want to explore many places, which is one of the main importance of traveling today. As I said, cultural oriented traveling. And these are some of the aspects in which I seek traveling. And not only that, I do much of the traveling when I was free, as I said earlier. But not only that, I hope this traveling would eventually continue and continue further on. And I hope that I could travel more and more places and seek more and more information and be happy with merry making with all my family members or with my friends and hang out with my friends to some of the places when I grew up to be old, and when I have got the freedom or when I have got more flexibility in my life. Because you see, I think being a student means not only to study, it means also to explore your surroundings. But at the present moment, I could not do it, and it might be a fault within me, but I have to admit it. But I hope when I grew older, I could do much more traveling than this. So thank you.